But let's answer some questions. Your girl's gonna join the victory lap while I answer some questions. I'm gonna be in this ring doing my victory laps. And yes, Travis, I am going to gloat. Flower says Liv is costing Iyo the title. I don't think she will. I think she's going to stay out of it. She might observe the match, but I think she's going to stay out of it. She's going to have a major gloat point of winning the chamber, if that goes that way, and she's just going to be waiting for Rhea. And there's no point in getting involved. There's no point in getting involved with the title match when you already got the title match, and you're just gonna probably make it harder for yourself by pissing off Iyo and Rhea. So it doesn't make sense to me. And I think Liv as a character is smarter than that. Like, why would you piss off two people? Just let them cancel each other out, and you pick up, and you pick up the bones, pretty much. And yeah, so I don't think Liv is going to be able to cost Iyo the title. Senor said finally advanced some more Dom growth characters in this Raw. Yeah, there was a lot of growth. Dom was calling Finn a fool. He was stepping up to AJ. I loved it, loved it, love it. I was just so happy to see that growth. Dom has needed this, like where he doesn't need to be losing to Damien just to give him a cheap pop. So this was needed. And Christina says Finn got scared of Dom saying to get a new member of Judgment Day. Yeah, his face fell hard. He was like, nope, nope, nope. He was yelling that a little too loudly. Like like towards the end of his rant, he's like, I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm going to win. I'm going to WrestleMania, and I'm going to win it all. Like, okay, Flower said, do you see that Liv and Raquel have a match for the tag titles? Yeah, they have a title opportunity. I'm not sure when they're going to catch that in. I'm assuming maybe this is where Damage Control and like Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler would get roped in. So yeah, so they do have an opportunity, and like I said, they could end up being a double champ, or it could be just an opportunity to move the titles off of Bianca and Naomi due to Jade. But there's a couple of different ways that could go. Flower says later see Dom's Twitter. Did he post something new? I know I follow him, but aw, the Tom and Jerry skit. Liv says Dom serious says I'm still cute. That's cute. I need to repost that. This dude just speaks in gifs. But man, Liv's face looks gnarly. Yours says me watching Liv versus Iyo fight forever. Yeah, I mean they grab. Like if this had been like Iyo and Liv for the title at WrestleMania, I would take it. You know, it's obviously a better match. It just needs a better story. And see, that's the thing. I mean, we're getting kind of like an underdog vibe or a more sympathetic face with Iyo, and that can carry you so far. But we just need like a more meteor story with Iyo. I mean, I'm enjoying the matches though, but matches don't make up a story for a lackluster story. The matches are good in and of itself, but we need the story. But it almost makes you wish that Liv was going to be facing Iyo at WrestleMania than Rhea. Because, again, what's the point of having the title on Rhea when she's not doing anything? Kendall says, hello, Kendall. All the people who thought Rhea would apologize to Iyo should know better. Yeah, and that includes me included. I actually thought that she would actually go like, hey, as an apology, I want to get you this match. That's what I thought. But it looks silly me with egg on my face because no, Rhea's just gonna be her growly person and then make don't apologize and makes excuses for things. It's really shitty. Like I'm really tired of that character presentation with Rhea. Like, where's your growth, woman? Like, we need where's the growth? Like, when are you going to progress and be like, huh, maybe it's me. I'm the problem. Like, why can't she channel Taylor Swift and used to be like, I'm the problem. It's me. Go on a self discovery journey or something. Christina says Rhea stands crashing out. Yeah, they were. From what I could tell, yeah, they were crashing. They were crashing hard because they are just trying to cope with like, oh, we could make this a triple threat. Iyo could get in there. Oh, it's Bianca. We could get Bianca in there. They don't really want Liv, but that's too little, too late. And you know, they could just go. I don't know. They can go do something with that because Just because they don't want Liv and Rhea doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And the only reason why people got tired of Liv and Rhea is because of Rhea's booking. And I think a lot of people now are seeing that it's Rhea's problematic booking. It wasn't Liv, because now when you see her hooping with Iyo, they're like, oh, I mean, maybe the problem is Rhea. And I think this is just really exposing Rhea. Just like the Bloodline storyline was exposing Rhea because they wouldn't have her talk about her history, the Liv and Iyo matches are just proving that Liv can hoop, Iyo can hoop, and Rhea is just this person that is stunting all the growth in the women's division because she can't do anything, or they refuse to allow her to grow. Like, she's stagnating the women's division. It wasn't Liv. And Liv away from the title is actually allowing the women's division to thrive. Like, look at how everything else is thriving now. We got Bayley, we got Lyra, we got Ivy now, we got Maxine doing something right now. We have Iyo and Dakota. We have a lot of stuff going on. Now we're gonna have Roxanne in there too. But the women's division is thriving, but it's doing it in spite of Rhea, not because of her. And let's see. Senor says Dom wearing JD shirt. That means he misses his brother. Yeah, I noticed that on the replay. I was going back and watching because I wanted to get my notes down, and I noticed that he was wearing JD's shirt, which is really, really cute. Christina said Finn got scared when Dom said they need a new member of the Judgment Day. Yeah, because when that happens, guess who goes out? Somebody has to leave. The last time somebody was brought in when under his watch was he was brought in under Edge, and then they kicked out Edge. I think Finn was probably having some flashbacks there, but yeah, I mean, he was not having a new member at all. But you can't deny that they need. But again, like I said, Don is making a good point. You need a new member because JD is out. Like, if JD was there, I'm sure they wouldn't be saying new member. So, or they might have said new member, like, hey, we need to fill out our ranks some more, because that's what Finn did with JD. Like, we need a new member, and then that's how JD got in there. So they could have probably could have been in the cards regardless. They just frame it differently now because JD is out. So let's talk. Well, I'm thinking about it. Let's talk potential members. We have Malachi Black. We have Bronson Reed, but he still has his foot injury. I saw somebody suggest in a swerve it could be even AJ Styles. Remember, one long time ago, I made a point that AJ, when he was healing it up, he could be inserted in as a member of Judgment Day, because he did take the knee like 2 years ago. So they could do something like that. Maybe AJ gets a swerve. You know, AJ and Dom are working on the fly, and then everything is to get after Braun and then after Finn, because AJ hasn't forgotten what Finn did to him. And again, that ties back into AJ ties back into Liv too, because AJ didn't turn on Liv, it was Finn. So that's that part. And we could either get somebody else somebody new. I mean, I'm not sure who's available right now. There's some people you could probably bring up from NXT. Like I said yesterday, we could even get OTM. I called them OTD yesterday. It's OTM. That's the group with Jada Parker. Those are those cholo looking guys. I think that could work for Dom too. Like, that could be like a tag team. Have everybody be individual members, and then OTM is the tag team, and they're pretty decent. I mean, they're not doing anything with them, so you could pull somebody up like OTM to help out Dom. That'd actually be really nice too. You have like Dom fighting, and then all of a sudden we get OTM attacking like AJ or something like that, or Braun, and helping Dom out. Senor says, I was concerned after Liv's match. I hope she was okay. Yeah, I was really concerned that she was concussed. She looks okay now, but I'm guessing they're going to check her out. Hopefully she's good. So, Senor says, Rhea only has good matches with Charlotte. And it just seems like that. It's just like she only has a good match and nobody else. Like everybody builds up these dream matches for Rhea, but they fall flat. Like they built up things with Becky that fell flat. Now Becky was sick during WrestleMania, but still, it's like everything that they build up as this dream match for Rhea just seems like it falls flat. Like at some point, you gotta stop calling things dream matches. Bricola says, "Hello, Bricola. Raquel just punked Roxanne." Yeah, I saw that. She patted Roxanne on the head. Christine says, now the Rhea fans can stop crying about the not getting Rhea versus Iyo. You will get it. Yeah, you're gonna get Rhea versus Iyo. It's just not gonna be at WrestleMania. At least at this point, at this particular moment. They really thought that Rhea was not Rhea. They really thought Iyo was gonna win at Saturday Night Main Event. That didn't happen. They thought that she was gonna win the Royal Rumble. That didn't happen. They thought she was gonna go into Elimination Chamber and win it. That didn't happen, or that's not going to happen. Like everything is just failing when it comes to Iyo. And then I still see people who are like, "Well, Iyo deserves so much." Like, well, what has Iyo done this year? I mean, she's kind of heating up now, but what has she done to deserve so a prominent spot with WrestleMania? She just had a title. She just walked into WrestleMania as the champion, and she had a match at WrestleMania. Like, what else does she need? She's the Money in the Bank winner. She cashed in successfully. She had a shitty reign, and then she was beaten at WrestleMania by Bayley. Like, what else does she need? If anything, she's got some really good booking. I'm pretty sure her not being in a title match at WrestleMania is not going to kill her. Like, she's done relatively well considering. Flower says, see WWE Twitter. Yeah, segment Bricola says. Bricola also says, Iyo is not winning against Rhea. I don't think she is. She's gonna get riptide, and then that's it. And then we'll get the whole mommy's on top thing, and then probably and see, I would not be surprised. I know I keep saying this, but I would not be surprised that she starts getting some of the crowd to turn on her because of Iyo. Like I said, Iyo is being presented as a really sympathetic. Is being presented really sympathetically. And I think the WWE is still thinking that Rhea could just carry on just due to her cheers. But as John Cena and Roman Reigns, Big Dog Roman Reigns showed us, that's not going to be the case. The crowd is going to split. And the crowd is going to get fed up. Like I said, it's probably going to happen sooner rather than later. See, the thing with Rhea is that she has a lot of non-wrestling fans that goon after her. If that goes, she'd be in a lot of trouble. Because I think a lot of wrestling fans, like actual wrestling fans, and I'm trying not to gatekeep here, but I'm pretty sure a lot of wrestling fans would notice that, okay, she's good, but we need to do something else. Like, if you're just in it just to goon after somebody, of course you're going to keep cheering for him. Sooner or later, that's going to dry out. Bricola says, WWE now knows, like, Liv's getting that title back. Yeah, I really think that's the case. Like I said, I'm going to have to see how things firm up in the chamber and things like that. But if Liv wins the chamber, then I'm pretty sure she's going to win at WrestleMania. Because I'm really thinking they wanted to keep the title on her. Because like I said, the division is built for her as a heel. And I don't know why they swapped it off her. Maybe they wanted to have, like, you know, the optics and stuff, like everything new for Netflix. But I think, and maybe they were going to switch it some way, but I think they quickly realized that they can't run Raw like the way Rhea is. I mean, we could probably carry this a little bit further, but probably past WrestleMania, she can't keep going like this. They're going to have to rebuild her. Ricola says, Liv match after match getting up there. Yeah, see? And that's another thing too. Like, how's it Liv doing all these matches? Liv was even doing more matches as champ than Rhea. Like, everybody's doing more matches. Even Gunther is doing more matches. Like, I don't expect Gunther to be, like, doing weekly matches all the time like they used to. But at least Gunther will get on there and have a match on TV once in a while. And then, like, with Cody, like, he just had a match last week. He had a match with Jay. But we're not getting that with Rhea. We're just getting Rhea walking around and doing like 1 minute of promo work and then leaving. Like, what? Like, you couldn't find something for her to do where she could just do like a little wrestling thing and then just bounce. Like she wasn't even out there to get like they had to use her name to get a pop during AJ's segment because she didn't even show up at all. Like she didn't even come down to the ring. You could at least had Rhea come down to the ring and then do like a quick in ring promo saying that Io's gonna be we're gonna have a match. I'm gonna have a match with Iyo after Elimination Chamber. Do something like. How's it that I'm glad Dom got his in ring promo, but Dom is the one doing the backstage work and in ring work, but Rhea just does one thing and bounces. Like, come on. Senor says, I'm sad because all of Judgment Day will lose all their matches next Monday. I don't think so. And I'm gonna tell you why. There's a high chance Dom could get these, get somebody to get AJ disqualified, and he can win that way. And I'm not sure Roxanne will win too. I know it looks bleak for Raquel, but there's a chance that Raquel could win, and there's a chance that Dom could win. And then with Finn, I think he was just gonna lose regardless. Finn, that's almost like a guaranteed loss because that's Seth, unless something just completely happens out of the blue. I don't know what, but and he gets in the chamber over Seth. Maybe CM Punk start some shit with Seth, and then Finn gets in there. But I don't think Finn is gonna get in there. I would be completely surprised if he does. So I don't think it's gonna be a sweep of Judgment Day next week in losses, because I think somebody has to win, and it's probably going to be most likely Dom. Kendall says, "Why would they even want to turn Dom face right now? It's pointless. People always want to put Dom as a face so he can reunite with Ray, and I'm like, why do people want him to reunite with Ray so damn bad? Like, Ray needs to work on his relationship with Dom. Like, I'm not sure why is it they always have to plan it like, oh, Dom's gonna come out and he's going to save Ray from some kind of beat down or something like that. And I'm like, so Ray does no kind of work to kind of repair the relationship with his son. Like, even if the reason why Dom is calling Ray a deadbeat is, slight at best, it's still valid. Like, Ray needs to be able to work halfway. Like, why can't Ray extend, like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do with Dom, and then they can slowly come together or something like that. For me, I think Dom should be able to retire Ray as a heel. And then if they wanted to have what if I done moment where he can't take it back of what he's done because he's retired Ray, and then he slowly becomes face. Okay, cool, I can see that. But I don't think he needs to be face. He has so much work he can do as a heel right now. A face limits his options. Like, look at all the faces we got now: CM Punk, Seth, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Jay, Jimmy. Like, where would Dom fit in all that? Christina said, it's the booking of Judgment Day that's the problem. It's always been a problem with Judgment Day. It's the booking. They always wanted to put Rhea and Damian as superhuman, being Omni-Man and whatnot, and then nobody else could, and they couldn't recover. But now that they're away from them, they're able to rebuild somewhat. Ricola says that new member is showing up next week for them. They could happen. There's a lot of stuff that can happen. That's why I'm saying it could be a high possibility that Dom wins, and then Dom gets into an IC title match with Braun Breaker and AJ Styles, because that would be something like have Finn lose, but then Dom wins, and then he's going to Elimination Chamber in a championship match. Finn would be pissed if that happened. Mr. Silva says, hello, Gable owes Dom a favor. Yeah, and he's on a pilgrimage. I'm not sure if he will be back next week, so I'm sure that favor might come into place some other time. I'm not sure. Maybe even WrestleMania or something like that. Christina said Finn crashing again. That's again when Dom said we need a new member of Judgment Day. Yep. Senor says AJ should have mentioned his past with Liv and Finn when they feud with the old Judgment Day. Yeah, and then Dom should also bring up that Dom has beaten AJ. He has. He beat AJ 2 years ago. So they can do a little bit of history there and say like, hey, if AJ wants to bring up like Finn and Liv, Dom can bring up that he's beaten AJ before, and he has. So there's a lot of stuff they can use with AJ and Dom. Ricola said, you imagine if Liv cost Rhea the match against Iyo, the WrestleMania would be Iyo versus Liv Internet Crash Out. That'd be something. Like, where Rhea's out of WrestleMania. Because some people have brought up, like, how is it that Rhea could have all these rematches, but Liv can't even get a rematch unless she, like, wins the Royal Rumble or wins the Elimination Chamber. Same thing with Nia. Like, Nia couldn't get her rematch. She has to, like, figure out some way to kind of get it on a random SmackDown. But Rhea could constantly ask for rematches and say that the title is she never lost. Like, she lost that title. She lost it at SummerSlam. And she lost it. She gave up the title, and then she lost it at SummerSlam. It's not hers. That's the problem. The title is not hers. Like, if she's this important, they should just have her as the Undertaker, where she's a special attraction and she shows up from once in a while. I'd rather them just do that at this particular moment. Flower says, how you give Liv a match for the title? Flower, I would have Liv win Elimination Chamber. Rhea beats Iyo at that Raw after Elimination Chamber. The match is set. They go into WrestleMania, and throughout the build to WrestleMania, they are finally addressing the history between Liv and Rhea, and even the history with Dom and Rhea and Raquel and Rhea. This is where Rhea's character, like I said, needs to get stripped down to the brass tacks. She's got to go through some tribulations. She's got to realize that Dom and Liv maybe hooked up way earlier before. Like, she thought she was hot shit, but Dom was already cheating on her. Dom set up the attack. Then Dom set all this up for Liv. And then they could even throw it in, like, maybe Dom was using her and he never loved her. You can do stuff like that. And then Liv, she could explain her revenge. Like, this is I hooked up with Dom. He didn't love you. We designed the revenge tour, and we go on from there. They have to strip everything. She has to get stripped down to brass tacks. And then that's when she can go through a character shift where she's actually a face. And Flower says Liv and Raquel are getting the tag titles during WrestleMania. They might. They could go. They could do it during WrestleMania, before WrestleMania, or even after WrestleMania. Ricola says that's Liv's title. Yeah, I believe that is. Christina says, I hate when people get info from the dirt sheets. Yeah, I don't like reporting dirt sheet stuff as true, because that's a lot of conjecture. And like I said, I only really believe. So yeah, dirt sheets you got to take with an extreme grain of salt. You can't believe it. Like, I can report Sean Ross Sapp stuff, but even then, I don't believe everything Sean says. Things can change on a dime. I assume Dom is playing long term, but what's the angle with AJ? AJ could just bring in there just for the history. It could just give Finn another ally when Dom turns on Finn. Or you could just do the sneaky thing and just have AJ be working with Dom. I mean, that can happen. There's a lot of different ways they could take that. Diego says, who's joining Team Judgment Day, joining Dom's team as leader of Judgment Day? Like I said, I think I answered this before. Next could be OCM, which are a tag team in NXT. It could be AJ. It could be Malachi Black. I can't really think of anybody else. Anybody else got some ideas? Because I can't really think of anybody else that could be friendly enough for Dom. Like, we haven't seen him sneak around and talk to some other people. Like, there's Santos, but he's like he's trending face right now. And he's on SmackDown, so I don't know. I think it's a toss-up between Malachi and AJ, and maybe somebody from NXT like OCM. Dollar says, I like Liv's new moves. Liv has had some really good moves. I like her homewrecker moves. I love her code breaker. The shatter machine that she had with Raquel, that tag team move, those have been really good. So she's been putting in the work. Did you see Liv and Finn screaming? When was that? Because I know Dom got in Finn's face. Let's see. Just 1 second. Okay. Do you think TJ, the Judgment Day, is Bullet Club version of WWE? I always thought it was going to be like Finn, AJ, and the Good Brothers, but since Good Brothers were been released, they could do like another version of it. Ooh, they could do, they can revive, like do Finn, AJ, and do something else. I don't know. I think Finn is probably going to be on his own for a little bit, or have AJ, so, it just depends. Let's see. Christina says, I want Cora and the Judgment Day. I think Cora's going to stay down in NXT for a little bit, because I think she's still trying to recover from like her knee injury and stuff like that. And I think she's been moving a little tentatively. So I think she needs to stay probably in NXT and maybe even win their title before she gets called up. It'd probably be another like year maybe for her. Because said first Liv's fans are mad. Now it's Iyo fans who they ever feed Rhea's next. Yeah, see, Liv fans had a justified crash out because they took the title. It wasn't a fair build for their match. It seems like it went counter to everything that was being built up. And then you had rumors that she was going into the tag division after the year that she did. So Liz fans had a justified crash out because she was left off of WrestleMania. She and Nia were used to build up Rhea and Becky's feud, and then they had nothing to show for it by not having even a match at WrestleMania. So for Liv fans to crash out and be mad, I completely understand that because that's just giving the short end of the stick. I equate that to being a Naomi fan, like how you get something and then it's just yanked away from you. I felt the same way with Liv. Like it wasn't fair at that particular moment. So we were just having to deal with a lot of, we had to deal with a lot of hassles, like grab the tag rope. She's gonna cheat, she's going back, she's mid Morgan, and she's going back to the mid card scene, and we're gonna have this nice match with Iyo and Rhea, and then all of a sudden things started happening. First, Iyo was losing, and then they lost the chamber, and then everything just started falling into place for Liv again, and now people started panicking. First, it was Iyo and fans. Joshi fans are something else. Like, Joshi fans, like, I don't know what it is, but they need to calm down because they just think Iyo should have everything. And I'm like, it don't work like that. I mean, she just had a WrestleMania match. If Iyo hadn't had a WrestleMania match and she wasn't the champion and she wasn't Money in the Bank winner, then yeah, I could see maybe wanting her to have a moment. But it's people be acting like she's just being treated badly just because she's not in the title picture right now. Like, if she's being treated badly, then how is someone like Blair Davenport when she was on? How is what's her booking? That is, but she's like in hell with her booking. If Iyo's booking right now is just so horrible, you know what I mean? So now Iyo and Rhea fans are panicking, and it's just really amazing to see that right now. Kendall says, would you prefer Finn get a concerto or a frog splash through the announce table? I think I want him to get a concerto. Because you can do that to write off Finn for a little bit, and then he can come back, and then because that you can do that to establish Dom's dominance. It gets writes off Finn for a little bit, and then Finn can come back, and they can start their feud. So I would go with a concerto. I don't think you could do a frog splash through the table right now, because that announce table is like lit up and stuff like that. I think you can't do that anymore. Because it says Raquel and Dom running. Yeah, they could. I think there's a more higher chance of Raquel and Dom winning than losing at this particular moment. It is midnight. It has been 2 hours. I really appreciate you guys for joining me. Like I said, I was encourage you all to take a victory lap. We've all earned it. We will see how things turn out on SmackDown, and we will see how things will turn out regarding Roxanne on NXT and Vengeance Day. I might be on after Vengeance Day to share my thoughts on that. But I will probably be on Sunday at least just to preview Raw again. But I thank you all. I thank you all for the likes. Thank you on the journey. Do another victory lap. But I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye for now.